Hello and welcome everyone to the show. It's Saturday night and it's time for the Nothing Show where we talk about absolutely nothing at all. Welcome to everyone in the chat. It's great to have you here. I hope you're all well. And for Saturday night, 23rd of December, here in beautiful part of Australia, or my part of Australia anyway, we are live. And yeah, whew, what a day. Thanks, man. Thanks, AJ. I stole that from somebody else. I must admit, it's on YouTube. It's just science fiction countdown. Yeah, plenty other people use it, so I like it too. So why not? Anyway, and let's get rid of. Let's get rid of that. That's gone. We're not going to have any music at the moment. Any Chrissy music in the background. And yeah, G's. I was just talking to G earlier. He's been doing some stuff with family. He's going to swing by later. So I said, well, I'll jump on and start, and we can go from there. So I'll just have a little sip of some shocky milk. Very nice with ice. Make it nice and cold. Well, what's been happening? Well, let's show everyone what's been happening. Lots at home here. We're doing some renovations, some fairly serious renovations. Putting up a new shed, and old shed's coming down. Now, most of you know this. Let's go down to the most recent ones, and very much thanks to my wife and the next door neighbour for their help today. This is what's going on in my world. So we'll swing over to the share the screen, to my screen, and we'll go this one here, and we'll bring that up. There we go. Let's go full screen. It'll get me out of the way so you can see a better picture. And yeah, this is what happened. So that's the old shed frame. It's coming down. Took a fair bit of effort today, but once we got into the swing of things, it happened pretty quick. It was bloody hot, of course. And neighbour on the left, me on the right, wife's taking photos and also helping when you do this sort of stuff. A lot of time is spent thinking and so on. So the previous part was taken down by a contractor. Now, unfortunately, that didn't work out the way we thought it would, so we've ended up doing it ourselves. Excuse me. So we've gone from most of the frame up to pretty well all down except that one. That's the mini excavators, the new machine to the fleet. Yeah, it's AJ, it is. So the new concrete in front will make up the size of the new shed. We have so it's going to be a 9 by 12, and we've also put in as well as this one. We've also put in another concrete pad for this one to go on to. A bit of work involved, obviously. A bit of paint to match the colour code, and we colour coded the sections. Could have written on with a Sharpie, a Nico, whatever you want. But it's just a few different views. Parts of it are down, and there it is, all down. I'll just take a drink. It's much better. Yeah, so it's all down. That's the backyard, and Oh boy, lots to go. Still a lot of work to go. Let's just find the other photo. I'll show you. Bring this up again. Righto, so that's the new pad for the old shed, which will, and that's my wife standing there, which will go in there in place of the old car garage that was there, the timber car garage. It's had its day, and we also raised it up because sometimes when we get a lot of water here, it floods. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Righto. So just various photos of the whole thing. Let's shut that down. So we're just down to the let a few people drop off. They've obviously got bored with what's going on or what I'm talking about, but that's okay. The main people are here, the ones that count. And in the meantime, so work's all finished, like most of us. Hopefully, it is for most of you, unless you're in. Yes, Roger, thank you very much for that. There's a lot happening, a lot going on, and we'll be very happy little Vegemites after it's all done, but there's still a lot of work to go. So everything's on. We're virtually stopped for the next 2 weeks. There's a lot of cleanup work that we need to do around the yard here, and we've already started doing that. And it's going to take a while to readjust to things and get it all back on the way it was. There's some just a bit of a Christmas background there at the moment while I'm just sorting myself out. G'day, Brad. Thank you very much for the compliment. In some, yes, it will. It will become very important, actually, because there's going to be a bit going on there. In the old shed, I used to do a lot, quite a lot actually, and actually, I'll show you the sort of stuff I used to get up to. Excuse me. Now, for most of you who don't know, I'm restoring a steamroller, and that's where a lot of the work was going on inside the shed. Just bear with me, I'll find a photo. Now, most of the people on this channel, or most people in the group that I'm in, know what we're doing or what I'm doing. And let's go back here on the fairway so we can get a decent photo of what we're talking about. Now, of course, I've got 1,000,001 photos, and I'll probably find it quicker if I go on. Where was it? Here, there, and everywhere. No, that's not a decent photo. Bear with me, folks. I will get you something more decent so we know what we're looking at. Oh, we went back that far, did we? And as you can see, I'm totally prepared for tonight's live stream and doing a professional job of it, of course. Not. But anyway, life goes on. Here we are, we're getting a bit closer. No, we're getting further away. Geez, I'm going back a long way here. There we go. Oh, that's right. This'll paint a better picture. So, well, that's the boiler. Let me zoom in here. That's the boiler. That's on the forks of the front end loader from work. The rest of it, of course, I've stripped it right down. It had to be that way. There was no other way around it. Here's another part of it. There's part of the front wheels, and that's where the shed was. That's when the grass was greener and things were a lot tidier. At the moment, the place looks like an absolute bomb has gone off. So these are the sort of things that I get to bring home from my work. That's one of the front end loaders, easily capable of moving my roller around, and we set up some temporary straps for steering. That's when it was still connected. That was a while back there. That one. When was that? 2021. Geez, 2 years ago. How time flies. I've been working on this for we've been working on this for like 5 years now. So parts and bits and pieces of different things I do. Working on a steam loco as well. Excuse me. The club I'm involved with has a number of vehicles, and this is a steam traction engine, which is part of the club's collection. We have various vehicles. Stylesy. Yeah, mate. G's going to be popping in later, mate. He's tied up with a bit of family stuff, so he's going to see how he goes. So I offered to fill in. So I belong to a club that has a number of these vehicles. Here I am back again. Let's go see if we can find another photo for you, get a better idea. I don't think I've got anything together. Oh yeah, you can see it. That'll do. So this is outside our club now. Our club is located at a place called Old Petrie Town, which is slightly northwest of Brisbane. And you can see the steam traction engine, and you can also see, I'll zoom in, a steamroller. These two here directly in front of us they belong to the club, and I help look after this one here, the steamroller, as well as working on my own steamroller. The one behind it is privately owned. We do have a few members that have privately owned engines, and it makes for a good sort of club to be in with like-minded people. We also have a number of internal combustion engines and various other steam engines in different shapes and sizes and so on and so forth. So it certainly keeps us on our toes. There's always plenty to do, a bit of maintenance. That's one thing we're doing. What's last night? Friday night. As we're shut down for Christmas, New Year's. Excuse me. We did some maintenance on the boilers, so they got washed out, and various other bits and pieces of what you need to do on a regular basis with boilers. So let's just bring that over there. Now, if anyone wants to chime in or join, I'll put the link in the chat here. And anyone's welcome to join in. Just be dressed and, be respectful and all that sort of stuff if you want to join in. Of course, you're going to show up here first, and I have to approve you to come in. Ooh, that looks pretty interesting. Now, for most of you, and like myself, spend a lot of time on YouTube, and nope, he's not coming in. He was, and I watch a lot of stuff on there, all sorts of interesting stuff. You know my fashion, or most of you know my fascination with UFOs, and I'm going to play one of my favourite channels. Um, this is by now. I'll share a short video clip of this. I'll just put myself in the background. It's by a gentleman called Preston Dennett. He is quite a long time researcher in the UFO subject, and he's written a number of books, and he has a YouTube channel, and he is the information he has uh, that you know that he talks about and covers is phenomenal. If you're into the UFO subject, I highly recommend you checking out his books and um, and his YouTube channel. It's he started a bit of background. He started out as a total skeptic, didn't believe it, and then he had his own experience, and yeah, he's been down this rabbit hole for a long time. So we'll share some of his video, and then we'll come back. So I'll just pause it there for a second, just in case for whatever reason, we're sharing this to educate the audience. Um, fair use and all that sort of thing. I won't play all of it. I'll just play some of it. Um, but yeah, he outlines that. Well, first of all, we're not alone in this universe. We're not the only. If we were, it'd be a bloody waste of space. That's for sure. And this is just one of the go-to channels or go-to people that I look for my information, or just in generally enjoy the stories that he tells. And the way he does it is he will get information. People will, because he's well known now, he's been doing it for 30 something years. People contact him and he talks to them. He gets their information, and then oftentimes he doesn't just release that information. He'll go back and get more information or talk to them again, or even if there's other witnesses to a UFO sighting, he will he will talk to them as well, and that way he can verify whether the story is true or the person's just making it up. And uh, oh, excuse me, that chocolate milk's working well. In some cases, that has happened. People have lied just for the sake of it. You know, it's just crazy. But yeah, the facts are, folks, that we are not alone in this universe, in this solar system, in life in general. There are other entities out there, and whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. But so yeah, we'll keep going with Preston's first case here. Highly recommend you go and look at his channel and see what he's got to offer. Don't worry, folks. I realise now that the mic was muted, so sorry about that. Yeah, I just had to skip for an ad. I've got rid of that, and we'll get back to Preston in a minute in his first story. However, I just want to point out that the UFO subject, or the UFO sightings, yeah, AJ, should be right now, mate. Thanks for the heads up. Um, the UFO, oops, yeah, one of those oops. I'm really professional at what I do. Trust me. That's why I do this all the time. Yeah, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Um, the UFO subject is a worldwide phenomenon. In that, I mean that it's not. Thanks to Ozzy, it's not just all coming from America. Um, there are sightings all around the world. Here in Australia, like one of the cases that he's going to talk about in this video, and every other place. Even if you don't hear about it, they are having UFO sightings. Whether it's New Zealand, Africa, China, wherever, where UFOs are seen regularly. Now, of course, there's that classic case that we all have these wonderful things called mobile phones, and they've got these lovely, great cameras on them. So why can't we have a nice, clear picture of them? Well, unfortunately, when most people see a UFO or even a plane at that situation, we're mesmerised by this particular thing flying along, and we go, "Oh wow, look at that!" And when we do take a photo with our lovely advanced mobile phones, um, it turns out just to be like a dot in the sky. Um, Unfortunately, the cameras on our mobile phones are really only made for fairly close-up stuff, like you saw earlier before, of me in the backyard, or maybe a close-up shot. You try and get nice and close to a plane, it's a bit dangerous, or a helicopter that much. Uh, um, a lot of these phones do have zoom option on them, but unfortunately, the quality of the picture does go down if you start zooming in, especially if you use digital zoom. So, and none of us have really got high-powered zoom, you know, telephoto type cameras on our hip pocket ready to go. The sort of camera you might need is like you see at sports events, and with those big lenses on them, where they can zoom in and take photos from far away. Technology is always getting better, and the people who do have the technology to see these UFOs flying around are people like the military. But however, when they do this sort of stuff, they keep it to themselves and say, "Oh no, we can't show you. That's classified," and we might give away our secrets and all that sort of stuff. So it's a real catch-22 situation. So there are plenty of cases of people who have reported seeing UFOs for millennia, for a long time. It's in ancient drawings, in indigenous cultures, um, ancient. Just it's quite. If you start looking, you'll be surprised what you'll find. Obviously, there's people who wish to deny this sort of thing, that it doesn't exist, it's not true, it's not real, can't be, all this sort of stuff. And that's just not the case. So we'll go back to Preston now and let him talk about this case a bit more, and then we'll go on to something else. Righto, so we might just leave it there. Like I said, Preston's a great guy, great researcher. Um, he does phenomenal work, and I highly recommend that you go and check out his YouTube channel, which I will. Yep. Copy. So I'll put that in the chat for everyone to go and click on, and we'll post that. And I'll also put his web page up as well. He's got a web page, and of course you can find him on social media and so on and so forth. Really good researcher. Highly recommend. I can't recommend him enough. Another one I like to listen to. Thanks, thanks, Roger. The Round Table of King Mark. King Mark with two M's there, Roger. Yeah, well, when I get back into the shed, it might be the workbench of King Mark, or maybe the fabrication table of King Mark, or something like that. Who knows what it's going to be? Got a lot of ideas. There's still a lot of work to do before we get back there. But hopefully by the way things are going, probably mid-January, the shed might be completed, all going well, because everyone goes back to work on the 8th. Let's have a look, bring up the old calendar here. And yeah, by the time they fabricate the shed and all that sort of stuff and get it up here and put it up, mid to late January, the new shed should be up. And then we got to then there'll be some concrete excuse me, painting of the floors. Definitely going to do that. Not just going to go have bare concrete. Probably going to go for a lot of the video. If any of you have watched those videos, a lot of the factories. See if I can find a photo. A lot of the Chinese factories, not all of them, just some of them, don't always. Where is it? For whatever reason, there we go. That's probably the best. And we'll go there. Oh, that. No, I don't want that. No. Bear with me, folks. Sorry. Just. Why can't I? Let's see if that gives us what I want. It's a photo. It's probably it there. Open image in new tab. Yeah, right. That'll do. Let me show here what I'm referring to. So you can see the colour of the floor behind this lady. It's green. It's quite striking, actually. I'll just zoom that in. I don't know what that colour is, but I just like it. It's just a nice colour. I know there's plenty of options out there in terms of grey. Let's see if we can find another photo. Oh, that's probably better. Oh, that one's even better. Yeah. Yeah, and that one, you get the idea anyway. That one's a slightly different green. Yeah, it's a bit glossy, but I could easily make it a matte color or something like that. It just seems more appealing than a standard grey, or you know. So there we go, even better. Not that I'm going to be having a production line or anything like that. I've got I've got the standard lathes and milling machines that most people, most hobbyists that tinker around with this sort of stuff um, use. So I want to set that out a bit better, make it a bit more accessible, because really was. I don't think I've. So we'll go over to the good old Facebook and show you some photos. Photos. See if I can show you the inside of the shed. Give you an idea of what I had. Probably got to go back too far. Now, if most of you, okay, so we'll start with this photo first, and we'll zoom in there, and we'll bring that up. So this is my actual steamroller that I'm working on. This is when it's sat in the park. It's sat in the park for 50 years. So this is the one I'm working on. Naturally, it's all pulled apart at the moment because I'm doing a full restoration. I started a Facebook page for it, which has helped considerably to find not just parts, but other people who have same or similar equipment. And it's been very, very helpful as part of the restoration work. See if I can find an overall view. And this will give you a better understanding of I suppose this is probably as good as photo as anything. This is the sort of thing that happens from time to time, especially when we get a lot of water. The old backyard gets flooded and we get water in the shed, or both sheds in this case. So that's the sort of thing we deal with from time to time. However, it doesn't last long and it does get away pretty quick. And we're also going to rectify this problem too. We're going to put some decent drainage in. But sometimes you've got to do things first. So that's only about ankle deep, that water, but still a lot of water. That's for sure. Let's keep going here and see if we can show you an inside shot of the shed. Now, I have taken a million photos of this inside of the shed, and of course, you never find the one you want when you want it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God, it's been a long day. It really has. Been hot working outside. Yes, I know other people do it, but there's just lots to do. All right, so this will give you an idea. That's the steamroller inside the shed. Now we've, yeah, AJ, I've got too many photos to tell you the truth. Well, no, I haven't really. Usually, when I'm working on something, I'll take photos as I'm taking it apart. It's a good way to remember things, just in case you forget something. Um, your mobile phone with the digital camera on it is just a great tool for a lot of things. You know, great for capturing people when they want to argue, or you know, turn it into a dash cam, or whatever you want to do with it. Getting into tight access places too. I've managed to stick my phone inside boilers and take photos that most people don't get to see. So it's pretty fascinating. Um, now, let's just keep going back here. This is on the Facebook page. If anyone is interested, I've done a Facebook page for the steamroller. If you look at Marks Fowler T3 roller restoration, the T3 is the model, or T3B. But yeah, it's easy to find. I should put a link into it. Um, right, this is probably, yeah, that's probably the best view. So that gives you an idea. Let's zoom in a bit. Of the shed. That was the old shed. That was what's inside the old shed. So it was standard 9 by 6. So we had enough for 2 cars and a workshop. Now, it hasn't. All of this hasn't just happened overnight. It has. It took a long time to get where we are today, and most of you know that in life, things just don't happen instantly unless you got lots of money, you win the lottery or something like that. Speaking of which, I think there's 90 mil coming up Tuesday, which would be nice. I think we can all dream, but you got to you got to be in it to win it. So I've got a lathe and milling machine, and yeah, AJ, I had to be. I'm a bit of a clean freak. And organised. I really did need to be organised because I was short on space. Um, Short on space in a lot of ways, but we made it work. And what we're doing now is making it better for my wife and I. So we can have the cars back under cover again like we used to. As happens, we put the cars in the shed, then you get more stuff, and then suddenly the cars are outside again. But we will have the cars inside. The forklift I got has a tall mast on it, which couldn't get into this shed, but it will be able to get into the new shed. So there'll be a lot of other advantages with the new shed over the old shed. Now, in saying that, yeah, in saying that, this is what we're doing is costing us a lot of money. Anything you do, we've worked hard, and we're not out of the woods yet. Don't get me wrong. We've worked hard, but it's time for us to start treating ourselves. I mean, for some people, it's a trip overseas or holiday around Australia or whatever the situation is, a brand new Harley Davidson motorbike or something like that. In this case, we're doing things for ourselves. The sheds, the sheds are going to be the go-to thing, and plenty to do in our retirement, so to speak. So that's probably enough on the steamroller and what's happening. I'll just show one more photo. So that's the steamroller when it sat in the park. For a long time, it sat in the park for 50 plus years, just over 50 years. So it was built in 1926. Yeah, Roger, the new design's even better. I can bring that up and show you the new design. That's not a problem. In fact, I will do that. So I'll stop sharing that and bring my ugly mug back in. And I might just find while we're waiting, I might just find a live. Let's get live, and we're just going to go over while I'm finding something. I'll just throw on some live planes landing at Anston. So it's another guy's YouTube channel that there's all sorts of things that people are into, whether it's planes, trains, automobiles. I probably should put a train one on. It's oh, planes are always good to watch. So well, guys, a little bit of a technical hiccup here. I can't. There we go. Well, I thought you were enjoying. You know, I thought you were enjoying some planes, but obviously you're watching me find some files. So um, let's go back to sharing some shed. We'll give you a look at what's going on with the shed instead of me just aimlessly looking through. a bunch of emails. So here it is. Here's the shed. It's a nice new shed, nice and high. I'll get my ugly mug. We'll go full screen on this one. Plenty of room to get the forklift in and get the steamroller in the middle. Once it's done, right hand side will be a workshop, and the left hand side we should be able to get both cars in without any problems. So that's the sort of thing that's going on at home at the moment to make life a lot easier, and it's taking up a lot more room. So less to mow, all that sort of stuff, as we all do, in life. Now, we've been cranking on here for just over an hour. I can't believe I've been prattling on that long and making screw ups as we go. So what are we going to do now? What are we going to talk? We covered sheds, the steamroller, UFOs. Well, I did put the link in the chat before. If anyone wants to come and join, it'd be nice if someone would join in. Oh, hang on, that's interesting. No? Yep. Okay. Now, you don't have to be on screen. You can just click on that link and join in and have a chat. Tell us what you've been up to, or not really. Yeah, no, I just had a big day today, so I might even I'll keep going for a while longer. What else do I like to look at on YouTube? Too much YouTube. Look, there's plenty of streaming services out there for everyone to watch. You don't have to subscribe to them. There's plenty of free-to-air stuff as well. Of Midsummer Murders or something like that from the UK on ABC. A lot of the networks have movies and stuff you can stream. You don't always have to pay for it. Sometimes I think we probably pay for too much, some of our streaming services, and we have several that we don't really watch. We used to have pay TV. That was bloody expensive. Got rid of that. So that's made life a lot easier, that's for sure. Yeah, so what else do I like? Yeah, had a brainstorm. New window. Let's go to the good old YouTube and show you something. Yeah, AJ, the travel vlogs are pretty interesting. There's one guy on here. Well, like I said, I watch quite a few, but I like recovery of machinery or old excavators getting rescued. They've been sitting around for 20 years and people go and work on them and within no time flat or not. And sometimes, they get them going, or bulldozers or whatever it is. Probably because I'm into that. That's part of my work. That's what I work. I work on excavators and dozers and things like that. There is plenty of videos, actually. Something related to the steamroller. And there's no real long videos. Actually, I've got my own videos. I'd have to find it. Of riveting. So this one's, I'll share this one. let me share this. Now, boilers back in the day, and even now, excuse me. Gee, some people may not. Sorry, Roger. Thank you very much for the compliment, but some people may not agree with you on that. It's not. It's not amazing. It's been a stuff up along the way. But anyway, let's watch this. Thanks, AJ. I appreciate that. Happy to show people if got any questions, please ask. Happy to show people what parts of machinery do. Machinery surrounds our lives. You know, whether it's a car or a truck or a piece of earth moving machinery, there's something mechanical going on somewhere. And even with electric vehicles, you know, there's still mechanical processes involved and mechanical components, that make the vehicle go. So it's amazing. Sounds like an 80s cartoon. Yeah, it'd be nice. Maybe a 70s cartoon, one of the wacky races or something like that, something crazy. Here's the process of hot riveting. Now, steam boilers are riveted together. It's just a process of joining the plates. It's the way it's been done. Obviously, it's not the most efficient, but it is quite labour intensive. However, modern day boilers are all welded, yet that's still, quite labour intensive as well because there's the welding process. So this is showing it. It's only a short clip of about 1 minute. It shows riveting the foundation ring of a boiler. Now, I know this because it's probably in the description, but in this case, the boiler is turned upside down. So what you see him doing is reaming out the hole to make it nice and round. You'll see the hot rivet go in, and then it'll get squeezed together. This is done hydraulically in this case, but I will show you an example of using a riveting a pneumatic air operated, a pneumatic air gun to rivet to join the plates together. That's the whole idea. So the hydraulic rivet is being, see the hot rivet going in now.
The time that head's formed, that's not going to go anywhere, is it? No.
Right, so as you can see, as you may have seen in that situation, you bolt everything up together first, get it all lined up, and then you go back and rivet it all together. Now, let's find a better one. See if we can. Now, riveting wasn't just used on boilers, it was used on building bridges, ships, frames, steam locomotive frames, and so on. This clip here, I'll just bring that up. This clip here are the frames for a steam locomotive in the UK. So you'll see the rivets, they're ready to go, they've already been formed, they'll get heated up and riveted into place. So that one there was 10 years ago, and hopefully that steam locomotive is up and running. As you can see, the process is much the same. It gets repeated over and over again, and there's just a lot of work. It's loud, it's hot, and the sort of job you want to do in the cooler months, not actual. Not the hot months like we get here. However, you got to do what you got to do, and yeah, that's the way, and that's that way of construction is carried on today and continues, not in a lot of mainstream situations, but in as railway museums and things like that do this sort of work. So that's part, and I will have to do that to my boiler. I will have to do some riveting. So, and that'll all be documented, of course, when the time comes. So, to give you an idea of, hang on, no, I haven't got that in yet. What steam traction engines, what they do, especially in the UK. Hurry up. Ads, damn ads. Now, this is a video from the UK, which I'll show to give you an idea of what they get up to at these steam rallies. I'll interject every so often. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I'll just stop it here at the right spot for two reasons. Most steam traction engines and steamrollers will have steel wheels, as you can see here. And what a lot of people do is, especially in the UK, because they drive them on the road a lot, is they will put a rubber tyre over the front. Now, there's a couple of different ways, over the top. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. Getting an old tyre from an earth moving machine, cutting it out, and putting it over the wheel and securing it in place. That's one way. Looks a bit funny, but if it does the job, it does make the ride a little bit smoother. So you haven't got the steel on, on a bitumen road or something like that. And in this case, in the paddock, it doesn't really matter, but it does when you're on the road, like these guys do a lot. So I'll just go back to that one that just passed. There. And you can see right there that this is bolted on. So they've probably drilled a few holes in the wheel and bolted this tyre on. I'd say it's from an earth-moving vehicle, a large mine truck or something like that. So these are secure. Get your words right, Mo. These are securely held in place. As you can clearly see, that load for that tractor is just too much, and going up a slight hill like it is just, just can't do it. So you really you're overtaxing the tractor, putting too much strain on it. It's just a bit silly, really. I don't know how that guy leaning on the front wheel was going to do anything. That's just. But I suppose we all do these silly things from time to time. So as you do, you go grab another tractor. Somebody else will come and give you a hand. But the potential here is that, if the tractor in front pulls a bit too hard, you could pull the front end off the smaller tractor. So, anyway, they've probably done it before. What else are you going to do? Well, if nothing else, it made a bit of entertainment for the punters. So that's the link to the full video there if anybody wants to go and watch it. Let's get through it. So we might skip to a real sort of exciting part. It looks like they've got a Sherman tank, and it's being pulled around by a steam traction engine. So let's skip to that. Well, you do it once, so you've got to do it again. And now we're just into very small machines, small engines, small business engines. They do their job, and a lot of people use them on farms and things like that. It's not my cup of tea. I got enough to deal with. So side by side. There we go. That's they depending on what you're doing on the farm, these sort of things can be very handy, very useful. Don't use a lot of fuel. They just do one particular job. They might drive the milking machine or whatever they do, little generator or water pump or whatever. I mean, they're quite fascinating, but yeah, like I said, I got more than enough on my plate. So in the background there's, can't really see it in the nice shade again. We'll skip ahead here. Miniature steam traction engines are a big thing in the UK. Let's go. The wrong one. They come in various sizes. Depending on the scale that you want to go, sort of 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch. It's probably about a 4-inch, but it also depends on the original engine itself as to how big it's going to turn out to be. For a lot of people, this is the best alternative. There's a good movement of people, even here now. So this here is a portable steam engine. So it's a steam engine that's used, you use your horses or your bullocks to tow it, and this could power your shearing stands, generator, saw bench, whatever. And in this case, it's powering the threshing machine to do the wheat, thresh the wheat. We're pretty good while getting towards the end of this video, and I'll stop it soon and go on to something else. Over in the UK, they have a Steam Apprentices Club where younger people can get experience on steam machinery and other bits of vintage vehicles, and usually it helps them later in life, get some sort of trade or owning their own steam vehicle when the time is right. I think we might end it there with that one. Just get rid of that and stick with. We'll take a different direction. Okay, that's different. Okay, hang on. We'll go back to it. This one last vehicle. So it was a tractor with a high ab on it, just something you don't see every day, and something completely different. Right. Well, we might just change direction completely, go for something else. Um, I think just like to thank everyone for hanging around as long as you have. We're almost gone 2 hours. Here and now, and this is my crazy world. What I get up to and watch from time to time. As I've outlined before, there's so much to watch on YouTube. So many interesting things, maybe too many interesting things, stuff that I can't. I like to watch or listen to, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? But I've got, like I said, I've got plans for what I'm going to do in the future up the shed. Probably do it a bit more regularly. Maybe try for 2 nights a week, or as the building process goes on, and do some live streams or just start posting stuff. That's probably the way to do it. You'll definitely see a change in things in terms of what happens here at home, and when I'm not at work or just relaxing, watching something on TV, which I don't do a lot anymore. I don't think a lot of us do a lot anymore. It's our devices that take our time and attention. So these magical things that rule our life, or seem to anyway. So on that note, I think I will wrap it up tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on the show. It's been lovely to have you here. Thank you for the support. And I'm just going to go design. Let's go into design, and we'll just go out with a little countdown timer. And have a very Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year. You'll be seeing me again sooner or later. Thanks again, and good night.